Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Holman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Holman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we sit down with Kansas Ag Secretary Jackie McClaskey to get a recap of ag issues affecting Kansas in 2014. And inside Kansas Ag, Kansas Soybean informs us on the 2015 Soybean Expo, and KDA discusses holiday party planning and using Kansas products. In the news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association. We'll look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. The latest 2014 USDA crop report shows an increase in corn demand for sweeteners as well as a rise in soybean exports. The expected corn harvest remains estimated at 14.4 billion bushels, and the soybean crop is projected at 3.96 billion bushels. Corn sweetener will add about 10 million bushels more to demand, and soybeans were adjusted upward by about 40 million bushels with increased demand from China, Europe, Mexico, Japan, and Taiwan. Bayer Crop Science says the EPA has approved its application for the registration of its seed treatment, Alivo. The product is designed to protect soybean root systems against infections such as sudden death syndrome fungus and nematodes in the seed zone. Alivo is the first seed treatment for sudden death syndrome fungus. Registration allows the product to be available for the 2015 growing season. Backers of an Oregon ballot measure to require labels on genetically modified foods have conceded defeat. The initiative lost in November by just 812 votes out of the 1.5 million total. Proponents of the measure tried to prolong the decision but ran out of legal options to continue the fight. And in local news, Kansas Attorney General Derek Schmidt has asked the federal appeals court to block new EPA regulations that will require states to immediately begin using the MOVE's 2014 model in their state implementation plans for controlling pollutants governed by national air quality standards. We'll keep you posted on the issue. Bob Hazelwood, a soybean farmer from Barrington, Kansas, has been elected by his fellow United Soybean Board farmer directors to lead the board in investing soy checkoff funds for the next year. Hazelwood will have the support of 69 other farmer leaders across the country to help guide him. Ron Oldie of Palmer, Kansas, was added to the Strategic Management Committee. Congratulations to both. County-level estimates for 2014 small grains are available online at nas.usda.gov/quick_stats. The estimates are based primarily on surveys conducted with farmers and ranchers last fall and also include winter wheat and oats. Kansas Farm Bureau member Stacy Forsey called on Congress last week to help consumers understand the difference between real food safety concerns and marketing ploys by the passing of House Resolution 4432, the Safe and Accurate Food Labeling Act. Forsey praised the Food and Drug Administration's science-based approach to labeling food products for safety, health, and nutrition information. Up next in our Ag Feature, we sit down with Kansas Ag Secretary Jackie McClaskey to get a recap of ag issues affecting Kansas in 2014. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Jackie McClaskey, Kansas Secretary of Agriculture. On behalf of the Kansas Department of Agriculture and myself, I'd like to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas from the Kansas soybean farmers and the Kansas Soybean Commission.
This segment brought to you by Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com.
A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Kansas Weed Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for weeds. Online at kswheat.com.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe, here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second-to-none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City. Bending over backwards for you.
Thanks for staying with us this morning. As we finish out 2014, we're going to spend some time with our Secretary of Ag, Jackie McClaskey, and we're going to kind of get an idea of some of the things that went on here in the state of Kansas ag-wise. So Jackie, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Closing out 2014, it was a very busy year for the department.
It was a very busy year. I think, the immediate thing that pops to mind to me when you think about 2014 is making the move and moving our agency to Manhattan. I don't know how many times state agencies have been moved in not only our state's history, but our nation's history, but it's not a small feat. And it's something that we did successfully, but only because we have a phenomenal team of employees within the Department of Ag who really came together and not only from the physical aspect made the move happen, but really stuck it out and made sure that while we went through the move, we got our jobs done and we took care of our customers and we continue to provide quality service to the people who depend on our agency on a daily basis. But, I still get asked a lot, why did you make the move? Why was it important? And, it's all started with the fact that our lease was up in a rented building in Topeka. And as we continue to really look at our options and lay out the costs of what other options might be, Manhattan was highly competitive. And as the governor said, if you're going to be in Manhattan, you need to be on the K-State campus. So giving us the opportunity to bring the first land-grant university and the first state agency representing agriculture together to be able to look at the folks that we serve and to do it better and more efficiently by working together was really a part of our goal. And we've seen a lot of progress already in our relationship with K-State and the projects we're working on together. So that was a pretty big success in 2014. And there's certainly others that we could talk about. The Water Vision was one of our primary projects and priorities as a state agency. We spent a great deal of time, attended over 250 meetings, and spoke to over 12,000 Kansans in cooperation with the Kansas Water Office to develop the Governor's Water Vision, which is almost done. We'll produce a final version of that right after the first of the year in January. We held another foreign animal disease exercise, and foreign animal disease planning is another high priority for the agency. We take that part of our job very seriously. We brought the Vet Examiners Board into the agency on a 2-year trial basis, and really believe that together, working with the Vet Examiners Board and already having animal health within the agency gives us a better opportunity to not only serve the veterinarians of the state and show our responsibility for public health, but also in the long term can help us serve animal agriculture and the pet animal world in Kansas better by all being together and working together. We've taken steps to improve our weights and measures program to make sure clients of, whether it be pulling up to a gas station or utilizing any scales in the state, can feel confident that they're getting what they pay for and know that they're being taken care of by that program. And I think as you look program to program, I have a lot of great program managers who've taken steps this year to really improve their program and create an increased emphasis on customer service and a more business and friendly environment here and within the department.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the lesser prairie chicken and the waters of the U.S. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. See you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life. Farmers Insurance, your best protection against the unexpected. Call Agent Dan Key at 785-408-5459. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. GrassandGrain.com. Blue River Traders, the finest selection of Western-style furniture for your home. BlueRiverTraders.com.
A lot of things happened this year, probably things you didn't expect. Waters of the U.S., lesser prairie chicken. Got a farm bill this year, some changes in that farm bill. So a lot of things you probably didn't see coming, but you had to deal with.
Well, you know, Brian, it's quite frequent when I'm out talking to folks that they want to ask about federal-related policy issues and really expect that our agency and the state should be standing up for farmers and ranchers in Kansas when we don't have maybe the support we need from the federal level. So you're right. There are a lot of those issues that come our way, and sometimes I get a hard time because I talk about our federal partners. In the perfect world, then we'd all be working a little bit better together than maybe what we've seen in the last year, as you talked about. Waters of the U.S. is a highly concerning federal intrusion into states' rights and individual rights. When you think about the control they're trying to take over Kansas waters, not just Kansas waters, but waters all over literally the U.S., it's just an opportunity for them to take more power at the federal level, and we as a state have to step forward and say, no, this isn't appropriate. It's going to hurt farmers. It's going to hurt ranchers. It's going to hurt local communities. It's going to hurt the oil and gas industry. So from the Kansas perspective, we try to step up and really work together across our state agencies to push back and say, not only is this something that you can't do, it's something that you shouldn't do based off our responsibility as a state. So we've worked hard on that issue. We've also worked hard on the lesser prairie chicken issue. Again, we see this as an overstep on the federal government level and an attempt to just keep adding to the list to meet obligations they made in prior lawsuits of listing more species as threatened or endangered. But the reality is, what it really comes down to in the lesser prairie chicken is simple. It's about drought. There are less prairie chickens because we had less water and there was less coverage for them to use. And as we've seen a little bit more rain in some of those areas of the state in the lesser prairie chicken habitat, we're seeing the number of prairie chickens go up. It's not difficult, but if we want to preserve habitat, we should be using the Conservation Reserve Program. It's already there. It's a way to provide that kind of habitat. We don't need new policies and procedures and rules and regulations, and we need to let farmers and ranchers be responsible for their land and their waters and to be able to make the decisions they need. And I wish it was just limited to those issues, but the trends of continued intrusion into agriculture at the federal level is concerning. And yeah, there were some great things that came out in the Farm Bill, and there's some important components there in regard to crop insurance. But again, we just see step after step of challenges that we're having in protecting farmers and ranchers. And and the state as a whole. One thing to look forward to, I think, in 2015 is we are excited to work with Senator Roberts. We, like most people, believe he is going to be the Ag Committee chair, and I've already had the opportunity to talk with him about our opportunities to work together and get in and testify about what Kansas needs and what we can be doing to really make some changes, so we don't have to just sit back and react, but we can actually be proactive and be part of a solution with the folks who we would like to work with at the federal level.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ryan.
Kansas soybean farmers and their industry partners will gather January 7 at the Maynard Conference Center in Topeka for the Kansas Soybean Expo. The Kansas Soybean Association organizes the annual event with checkoff funding from the Kansas Soybean Commission to coincide with the Topeka Farm Show. Registration and exhibits open at 8:30. The program is 9 to 4 with a reception to follow. The opening session will offer updates from the IGP Institute at K-State, the U.S. Soybean Export Council, and the USA Poultry and Egg Export Council. Michelle Payne-Knoper will present the keynote address, Passion for Agriculture. A leading farm and food advocate and the author of No More Food Fights, she is a resource for connecting with the science of food and agriculture. Participants will be able to attend 2 of 3 K-State Research and Extension breakout sessions, Weed Control, High Yield Production, and Sudden Death Syndrome. At lunch, KSA and KSC will present awards and recognitions, including the Kansas Soybean Yield and Value Contest winners. Kansas Secretary of Agriculture Jackie McClaskey is the invited speaker. Roger McOwen from Iowa State University will present estate planning for farm families during the afternoon session. The program and registration form are available at kansassoybeans.org/expo on the web.
Baking and cooking for friends and family is a tradition for many of us around the holidays. Whether it's the family favorite turkey or dressing recipe you made for Thanksgiving, or the traditional potato soup or smoked brisket for Christmas. Through our partnership with Chef Allie and her Chef Allie's Farm Fresh Kitchen, we have a multitude of recipes you can use for this holiday season to entertain or to make delectable treats as quick gifts. All of the recipes feature ingredients from Kansas food companies or Kansas farmers and ranchers. We are working hard to create recipes that will help you whip up a delicious dish while supporting your local Kansas agribusiness. Some of our unique recipes include Bloody Mary mashed potatoes, featuring Rabbit Creek products and Original Juan, Fiesta shredded beef pizza, featuring Jose Peppers and Daniels, and Sunny granola, featuring Kansas honey, wheat snacks, oats, barley, and sunflower seeds. You can find all of our recipes at fromthelandofkansas.com/recipes. If you're afraid you'll be short on time or simply want to spend time out of the kitchen, consider shopping with our Kansas food companies. Many have great products that make unique gifts for coworkers, teachers, and that tough to shop for friend. Find out more about the From the Land of Kansas program and our great members at fromthelandofkansas.com or connect with us on social media through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Merry Christmas from the Kansas Livestock Association and Kansas Beef Council. Enjoy beef for any season at beefitswhatsfordinner.com.
Happy holidays from Kansas Wheat.
This segment brought to you by Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Impact Satellite, your local authorized DirecTV dealer. Impact Satellite at 785-554-5974.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second to none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City, bending over backwards for you.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
This hog is head-over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second-to-none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City. Bending over backwards for you.
Since 1983, the Hydrobed has been utilized on cattle operations throughout North America. The Hydrobed equips your 3-quarter or 1-ton truck for hay handling and feeding. Variable speed cable controls or the optional wireless remote enable you to haul, transport, and unroll 2 round bales weighing up to 3,000 pounds each. A mechanical free float automatically compensates for uneven ground and out of round bales, isolating you and the truck from impact of bale unrolling. To find out how the Hydrobed can improve your feeding efficiency, call or visit us on the web at triple-c-inc.com.
KLA members have elected Emporia rancher Jarrett Moyer as president. Matt Perrier, a seed stock cattle producer from Eureka, is the new president-elect. Moyer's ranch is focused on growing light cattle using Flint Hills pastures and a backgrounding facility. He also is president of Citizens State Bank and Trust Company with locations in Woodbine, Bremen, Gypsum, and Reading. He serves on both the KLA Executive Committee and KLA Board of Directors. He previously served as the KLA Director for Lyon County, and before moving to the Emporia area in 2003, he was involved in the Phillips County KLA Committee. He serves on the National Cattlemen's Beef Association Board of Directors and is president of Flint Hills Beef Fest. The 1992 graduate of Kansas State University and his wife, Shauna, have 2 daughters, Arissa and Sarah. Perrier represents the 5th generation of his family's registered Angus and ranching operation in Greenwood County. Dale Banks Angus has maintained a registered Angus herd continuously since 1904. Perrier is a past chairman of the KLA Stock Growers Council. He currently serves on the KLA Board of Directors and the NCBA Board of Directors. He is a member of the Kansas Animal Health Board and a past president of the Greenwood County Cattlemen's Association. Perrier graduated from K-State in 1996 with a degree in animal science. He and his wife, Amy, have 4 children, Ava, Lyle, Hannah, and Henry.
Good morning. I'm Eric Osterhaus with Paragon Ag Advisors. Leading up to the December 10th USDA report, we had seen both an improvement in basis levels as well as a rally in most grain futures. Many were anticipating friendly information in the USDA report, and to some degree we did get just that. At least we did in the corn and the soybean markets. The USDA report showed friendly carryout numbers domestically for corn and beans, confirming the strong demand bias many had, but less friendly from the world standpoint. Traditionally, farmer selling slows into the end of the year as those who plan to sell have already done so, and those who have not are planning to carry their sales into the next year, in some case regardless of price action. Many are concerned that we'll see more grain moving into the first of the year as farmers seek to cover inputs and take in some income they were pushing from the previous year. If we see that, basis will likely weaken, even if we see futures moving higher. We believe a large share of this rally in cash prices is due to end users of corn and soybeans being surprised at how difficult it has been to get farmers to release their grain. The report showed less friendly information for the wheat markets as both domestic and world carryout numbers increased. However, traders are watching the Russian economy and monetary policy closely, and the news we've been hearing has been friendly. To maintain this rally and see a further push higher, we need to add some fundamental news to go along with the Russian headlines. If you have questions on these markets or any markets, please call Paragon Ag Advisors at 888-452-8751. Have a productive week.
Merry Christmas from Paragon Ag.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com. Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.